Douglas Luiz personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed. Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm. Now we are really waiting to see what is going to be happening next. Then Erling Haaland's agent has gone ahead to speak out on his stance at his future at Man City that is hanging in balance, as very many people are really leaking out of Man City that he is gonna be sold very soon, because even Pep Guardiola looks like he's gonna be running out of Man City and obviously run the last year of his contract down and not renew one. And lastly, obviously, the new Chelsea centre-back partnership anticipated next season has been revealed to us by Jacobs Ben, a credible journalist in there for you. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and this is the time that we bring you more news. The football news show it is, and we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly in here. Now, it's really the 14th of June 2024, and we're here to get you stories as they really come by. Douglas Luiz has been one of those players that has been linked to very many Premier League teams: Arsenal, Man United, Man City, and very many others. But in the recent past, we've gone ahead to hear very many reports coming in from Italy that everything is gonna be, everything indicating him joining Juventus. And guess what? Looks like he's a player that has gone ahead to slip out of the hands of Arsenal, because unless otherwise, because he has gone ahead to agree personal terms with Juventus. Unless otherwise, Arsenal shows something different altogether. But the player looks like he's leaning to joining Juventus. And Fabrizio Romano has told us that Douglas Luiz has agreed personal terms with Juventus. Aston Villa are prepared to accept Weston McKennie, Samuel Ling Jr. plus 20 million euros. McKennie likes Villa but needs to clarify his exit details from Juventus. Then the deal will be sealed. So, as it was said that Aston Villa will only allow a deal of Douglas Luiz to quit when Juventus gives him to players plus 20 million euros, and Juventus is like, it's okay, get us Douglas Luiz, we get you to players plus 20 million euros. And they had gone ahead to say that for any Premier League team to obviously coming through to sign Douglas Luiz, they're supposed to pay 80 million pounds. And for any team, right, that is gonna be wanting to sign him outside the Premier League, will have to pay 60 million pounds, meaning that they value Samuel Lin and Weston McKennie at 40 million euros, and then the 20 million euros will top it up to obviously make it 60 million euros for the side of Aston Villa. Aston Villa wouldn't like to obviously sell Douglas Luiz, but they had to sell him because they needed money to obviously balance up their financial fair play year of 2023-2024, and it looks like this deal is going to be done before the 30th of June, because if the personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed now, trust me, in the next 2 or 3 days we are going to see this deal really coming to pass. Now, Arsenal looks like they're really out of this deal because they've not gone ahead to push, to show that they're really interested in this player. And the only player that Arsenal have gone ahead to show interest in signing has been only and only Benjamin Sesko, no one else. That's the only player that I've gone ahead to see Arsenal putting in a very huge push to obviously try to come in through and obviously sign him into the mix. So that is it coming through from Douglas Luiz, but we wait to see how Arsenal is really going to be reacting, because we all know that Arsenal is really a very big team, and the moment they're not showing any intent to hijack this deal, then they're out of the deal and they're not interested in obviously seeing this team or this player really join the side of Arsenal, because 80 million pounds for Douglas Luiz, I think it's not really something huge, and it shows you that they're really having the same interest with Man City. Even Man City is nowhere near signing Douglas Luiz, because for them, they've even had the chance to obviously sign him on a cheap, and we know to it that they are really having what we call the best of the best into the mix. So that is it coming in through from Douglas Luiz, and he's not going to be playing for the Premier League teams anymore unless otherwise a team comes in through and hijacks the deal. But as it stands, Douglas Luiz is going to be playing for the side of Juventus. And when you look at Juventus, he's a very good recruitment, I tell you. He's a very good player that they're going to have to get themselves in, because he has a lot to do with what we call that midfield, running it. Them playing the Champions League, in that midfield, he's really going to be running it like no other. And great signing for Juventus, and we know a lot is going to be happening. And for Aston Villa, getting in Weston McKennie, he once played in the Premier League for Leeds, and he really looked great. And Lane hasn't going to have a chance to play in the Premier League, but we all know that he'll come in front, obviously put in a very beautiful shift that all of us think will really give us beautiful vibes in there for you. So the question mark stays: who is Arsenal going to be signing as the central midfielder? Because we know Arsenal has to get in one central midfielder, though it is said it's going to be based on whether Thomas Partey leaves or stays. That is it. Now, after that, let's obviously have Jacobs Ben. Jacobs Ben has told us that the expectation is Wesley Fofana and Levi Colwill will be the go-to pairing for Chelsea, but Odarabiyoyo has moved on the premise of game time. Maresca is understood to have no issues fielding two right or left-footed centre-backs together. Now, it's anticipated that Tosin joined Chelsea after they promised him that he's really going to be getting what we call ample playing time into that midfield, into that central defense. And it said Wesley Fofana and Tosin are really those preferred players, obviously coming through and really play. But even Levi Colwill, he's really one of those players that has going to hit to show huge potential, and he's a born and bred of Chelsea, and he has going to hit to show huge interest. And to keep him at Chelsea, they have to obviously tell him that you have to be doing the needful. But I think you cannot rely on Wesley Fofana, because ever since he signed for Chelsea, I think in the summer of 2022, he has gone ahead to find himself injured with that knee injury, and he hasn't gone ahead to his future more predominantly in the side of Chelsea. He has come out on several occasions and has gone ahead to see himself really lose out himself. So, Tosin for me and Levi Colwill will be my preferred central defense partnership, because in the modern game, you need a left-sided centre-back to obviously play alongside a right-sided centre-back. So, meaning that Colwill will be playing on the left side, all Badiashile. Then Fofana and Tosin and Disasi will obviously compete for the right-sided centre-back position into the mix. So, for me, I would really play Levi Colwill and the guy called Tosin, because I know Tosin has something special onto him. And me, as a fan of Man United, I felt betrayed when he never really made it to the club of Manchester United. It was like, how could we really miss out onto this guy? Lastly, Erling Haaland agent has come out and really given us an update on Erling Haaland's future. She's known as Rafaela Pimenta, or doing job for the late record label known as what is his name? His name was known as Mino Raiola. She has said, one thing is certain today, Erling Haaland feels at home at Man City. He's 100% committed to the Man City project and is already looking forward to a new season with the club. And there for you, he was via what we call flash score. Now, there has been rumors that this guy is going to be leaving the side of Man City, and the glue that is really keeping him at Man City is really going to be Pep Guardiola. But if at all Pep Guardiola really leaves, he might be one of those players that will be leaving, because he will want to obviously make more money and obviously do the rest of business outside the Premier League. And remember, I told you, this guy is being managed by the same agency that was managing Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic was a journeyman from Juventus to Barcelona, from Barcelona to AC Milan, to Inter Milan, to PSG, to Manchester United, and he went ahead obviously make some huge monies as a player. And I really tell you, he's really one of those that people have gone ahead to love a lot because of what they've gone ahead to do in there for you. But he was a journeyman, and it looks like they're holding a new Zlatan Ibrahimovic into the making of this guy. So we've gotten a confirmation that he still loves Man City, but I think they have a plan for him to leave, and big teams will obviously be showing interest in signing him in the near future. But I know Man City will obviously insist to offer him huge money to see that he keeps in here at the club of Man City. And I think that's the same thing they're going to be doing to the guy called Pep Guardiola. They might tell him, you're going to be paying you £1 million per week, right? So your thoughts on Douglas Luiz personal terms agreed are welcome in the comment section below. And what do you make about the new Chelsea centre-back partnership? Who do you want to be really playing huge part into that central partnership? And Erling Haaland's future at Man City. Do you see him last for more than 2024, 2025 at City? All that and more into the comment section below. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. Juma Karim to the Muslims. Bye-bye.